Alright, so today we're going to be assembling the sliding track by Stockroom Supply. First thing we need is this track, so we're going to lay this on the bandsaw with the flattest part of the track towards the blade. Pretty simple. So we're going to grab some 3/8 nuts and bolts, as well as some washers. There's going to be 4 of each of those. So grab the 3/8 bolt. We're going to slide that right in the track there. Same thing on this side. Do the other side as well. And we're going to center the track as best we can. Doesn't have to be perfect. So we got 2 black sections. There's one going to be for the left, one going to be for the right. We'll do the left side first. We got 2 holes here. I don't know if you guys can see that. We got 2 holes. We're going to have the bolts that are in the bottom of the track right now through those holes. So, set that there. Get this out of the way. So what we're going to do, we're going to slide this black angle here right up against the side of my cast table. And we're going to grab a washer and a nut and just thread those on loose. Okay, so now that we got these black angles mounted on the bottom of the angle, we just got them loose right now. What we're going to do, we're going to line this track up with the edge of my cast table straight. So I got it pretty close right now. So then we'll take these angles and put a flat against the cast table this direction, and we'll just tighten them up. A little wrench here. So we'll snug them up for now, like that. Same thing on this side. And your table should be able to slide pretty easily back and forth like that. So now that we got these black angles bolted onto the bottom of our track, we're ready to put our red pieces on. So I got 2 holes in the bottom here. I'm going to grab my smallest thread piece with the toggle clamp attached to it, and I am going to put it on my left hand side. There's 3 different options here. I'm going to choose the closest option because my table is fairly small, so it'll be the best choice for me. So grab a 5/16 bolt and a washer, pop these right through the top, and we'll just snug up with these nuts in the bottom here, just like that. Alright, and we'll tighten that real good later. So now we got the longer piece that's got a slot running down the back here, so that can be adjusted for whatever size table you got. I usually like to leave about a 1/4 inch gap between the small one and the big one here. So same thing, we got a couple bolts, so we'll slide those through the top again with a washer on the top, and we will just snug them up with a bolt from the bottom. Just like that. Alright, so now we got this basically set up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go around and tighten everything just to make sure it's all snug, and then we'll adjust our toggle clamp. Alright, so now we're basically ready to go. I'm just going to snug up this toggle clamp so that when it just puts a little bit of pressure on my outside pieces here. Get a grip on it here. Alright, so go a little further. Just like that, so that when I have pressure on it, so I'll need a little more, and actually my table's not going to slide. Don't really got the proper wrench here, but that there, so now she won't slide. So there, your table's ready to go. So you're going to loosen that, slide that back and forth, and then tighten it. Alright, so now we got our bandsaw set up with the sliding table. Now we're going to grab our round ripper and see if we can get that ready to rumble. So, first thing we need to make sure of, we got two little pins here, I don't know if you can see that. One on the bottom, one on the top, and we need to line those up pretty close. So what we're going to do, we got these little bushings will move back and forth here. So we'll grab a wrench, and we'll grab our first one, just make that lined up, and we'll just tighten them. Okay, so now you can see we got these lined up, and we got this tightened up here. So next thing we need to do is, I don't know if you can see, but we got a black stop over here. And that can be adjusted back and forth. I've actually got that tight right now. Let me just loosen that here. So we'll loosen that off. So what we need to make sure we're going to do, we need to have the set of pins here lined up with the front of my teeth and my blade. So I'm just going to go down here and take a look. So right there is about the right spot. So I'm going to hold that, push my stop into place, and go ahead and tighten it. Just like that. Perfect. And another thing you need to do is be able to lock your toggle clamp in place there. So that's ready to go. Alright, so you see I drilled a 3/16 hole right about in the middle of my piece of wood here. I'm going to cut a circle out of. For softwoods, you drill about a 3/16 hole. Hardwoods, about a 1/4 inch hole. So what we're going to do, I'm going to set this up in my circle cutter. I'm just going to drop the bottom down and drop my pin down on the top. Just thread that right into my hole. Just like that. So now I drilled this hole about 1/2 inch deep, so when I get down about 1/2 inch, I'm going to bottom out. And what that's going to allow me to do is actually turn my blank as I turn this knob up here. So you can see what I did there. So now I'm ready to cut, so I can actually slide this table back and forth for how big I want the diameter of my circle to be, or I can move it in a little bit. Doesn't matter, so I'll lock that in right here, let's say. So now we'll start my bandsaw, like that, go in. I'm going to stop right when it hits that stop there, and I'll lock that in place with my toggle clamp. Now all I got to do is turn that knob. See, just like that. I cut a perfect circle with my bandsaw. Just let that slow down here. Pull this out. And there we are. You can see my turning blank there. Actually, I'm just going to lift this out here. Unscrew this. There's your blank, right out of 1/2 of a log there.